channel. I want to give a big shout out to my parents with this whole ordeal since I got blind. They've been my biggest influences in my life. And this is my dad in a nutshell. He came to me and Shane's home yesterday. When he walked in, he goes, "Hey, Four Eyes, looking good." So I've only had my meta glasses. This is my 8th day. So I've only had them for a week. And I wanted to share with you guys the pros I personally experience from my daily activities. So, in my everyday routines, there's not like a real big difference yet. You have to remember I've been blind for 19 years, so I've got a lot of the task pretty well down pat. But I will tell you, when I do laundry, I now can match my socks by myself. It will tell me the colors of what I'm holding in each hand, so I no longer have to put them in a pile and wait for Shane to come home to match my socks for me, which you guys might think it's a small deal, but pretty big victory for me. The second pro doing with laundry is when I don't know what a shirt looks like this morning, I didn't know what the shirt looked like, so I laid it on the bed, and I just go, "Meta, what does the shirt look like?" I told me it was pink and white tie-dye with Duck Commander on it, which, once again, big deal to me, because now I never have to ask Shane what I'm wearing, which, you know what? 2 thumbs up. Another pro is I can talk on the phone with just my glasses. So being blind, I can walk from room to room and I can use both hands to track where I'm going, and I don't have to hold a phone up to my ear. Along with that, which means if I'm drinking a bottle of water, I don't have to put the phone down, open the bottle, drink, close the bottle, and then pick the phone back up. I do it all hands-free, which for someone that has to use their hands to see, that's great, which would be great for sighted people. So, the biggest pro I've had in the first week of my meta glasses is that I can surf the internet. I can look things up, I can ask questions, and it is so helpful that it just changes my outlook on my disability. And I'll give you guys an example. Me and hubby may take a trip in August. We may be taking a trip in August. So what I did with my glasses is I knew the area we were going to go to, so I started looking up things to do, and I found out hours, days it was open, when is the crowded times, and if it was accessible for the blind. And it told me all these things without Shane having to come home from an 8 to 10 hour day of work, do his thing, and then have to look up things for me. So it not just helped me expand my horizons in a world of everything has to be done online. It freed up Shane and his time Because it literally took him 5 minutes to figure out everything I was talking about. So it freed up his time to his relaxation, and it made me feel more part of society, because I can look up hours of businesses, I can read menus, I can do all that without having to ask Shane to look it up, or have to call my mom and ask her to look it up. Now, hubby is going to join me and ask me some questions, and we're going to explore some of the cons of these glasses.
Okay, so you bought the glasses the first day we had them.
Yep.
What was the one thing that you thought they would do that they don't do for you?
The biggest thing I found out that they don't do is human descriptions in detail. Like, they don't tell me what faces look like, if they're holding up certain amount of fingers or anything like that.
Okay. And you told me after about 3 or 4 days that some things you can't use it on because you're so used to
Yeah.
getting around. So what are some of the things that you can do without the glasses already?
So, I do all the dishes, which I haven't got to them yet today, but I will. And with the glasses, I just don't need them, because I've done it for 6-7 years without them, so I can just do it. And I never have to ask what I'm doing, because I just got it. The other thing is, I have a system of what my clothes look like, just by color, not by design. And so when I do laundry and I fold it, I already know what pile it goes in because of the safety pin system I have. So I never need to use my glasses on that, but I may have to use them on what they actually look like.
Okay, we did find out that if you are holding something and trying to get Meta to read it, it's extremely hard because our hands shake naturally.
Yeah. Also with that, Meta doesn't always understand what you ask. So sometimes you have to ask like the same question 5 or 6 different ways for you to get Meta to tell you what you actually are looking for.
So what is the biggest negative of the glasses so far that you've found? The biggest negative?
The biggest negative, there really are no small details like you get from the human eye. Like, the human eye is at a nanosecond, and you get the details of like how many are in a bunch of bananas, or the color of a kitchen counter, or something like that. Meta doesn't do that, but I only have generation 2.
So let me ask you this in closing out the video. Would you suggest these glasses to people who are blind? And is there any at any point would you say they're not worth it?
So, I think they'd be great for the blind, because you can scroll the internet. Now, with Generation 2 Meta glasses, it's not hooked up to any bank accounts, which helped me because I don't accidentally buy things. So if you are blind, you can't purchase anything online, but you can look up phone numbers, and you can call the businesses and ask for help.
Well, we really don't know if you can purchase online yet. We haven't even tried that, so.
That's what you think.
Okay, okay.
I can't buy anything or book anything. All I can find are details of the businesses, hours, accessibility for the blind or handicapped, stuff like that.
But would you recommend these to the blind overall?
I would, because it does give you a sense of independence. So what you have to remember, this is only generation 2, and there are going to be a lot of improvements. So I think the blind is going to be more and more helpful with more and more generations. Do I recommend they get them now? Yes. 1, because you'll learn the technology, and 2, it will help you now with independence, and your independence will just improve with the glasses. So, if you guys made it this far, I appreciate it. Please hit a like, leave a comment. If you have any questions about the glasses, feel free to ask. I will do my best to answer them from a personal blind person's perspective. And I just appreciate you guys watching. And from me and hubby, always remember, no sight, no problem.